What's up? We are live, and I usually don't do this live. The whole questions, comments from viewers, but I've just been so swamped and so behind schedule with so many things that I didn't get a chance to do this at the end of December, and now it's almost mid-January. So in order to stay on schedule, I thought it'd be kind of interesting to do this live. And this way, if anyone pops up, anyone has any questions here live, then we can take them and do them. And if not, it's still going to be a good read through. So yeah, so I gonna have to stream back here like a month. Ooh, and back then, December, I always do my double drops in December because I do the gaming radar every day, specifically for games that you may be interested in. It's December. It's a lot of holidays. Maybe you're getting a gift. Maybe you're getting gift money, and you're going to need to spend it on something, and you like games. So I do an entire month of gaming radar for the Christmas edition, and on this one, it was for Role Player Adventures. Role Player Adventures, which is set in the Role Player universe, which is by Thunderworks Games, and it really just totally captured my imagination. It has such a real RPG, dare I say D&D-esque feel for a boxed board game, a tabletop, just rolling and moving the miniatures kind of board game. And Shogunstein, who's a regular viewer and commenter here, has his own YouTube channel about gaming and other things. He covers a lot of things other than just gaming. He commented, "I've heard good things about this game, but the price tag is quite a large one. This is a problem in board gaming as the prices keep going up, but people keep paying these prices so that they're not coming down anytime soon. People buying games each week at quite a chunk of change. Again, I heard good things about the game, but $144? I totally feel for you in this. And we've talked about this. Me and Shogunstein, we do correspond back and forth besides here on YouTube. And this subject has come up time and time again. And he's right. It's not stopping anytime soon because we all, and I say we all, I mean anyone in the board gaming hobby that has shelled out more than $120. Some people say more than $100. Dollars for a board game. Well, some people might say more than 80 is even too much. But whatever that number is that you have set in your mind, it does. It keeps getting pushed. And, a lot of it is component-wise. And I'm on the fence about the whole miniature thing. And it's not just environmental. I don't want to get into the politics of this, although I recognize that as an issue. But it's the concept that these miniatures that look amazing, these plastic miniatures, they're costing so much money to manufacture. And that's what's raising up the price a lot of times in these games. And sometimes they try to get fancy with double thick boards for the games, special laminated cards and boxes, and it looks nice. But no, we don't need it at all. So I'm with you on this. The game is out of my price range. Hell, if anyone watching my channel wants to help support it, please feel free. Support us with a copy of Role Player Adventures, and I would love to showcase that game many times on this channel, live and in edited videos, because it's $145. It's out of my price range. Now, I have spent money on games before. Okay? I got Return to Dark Tower, should be here in a couple of weeks. I do, once in a while, go big. But I try not to do it more than once a year. Make it a special occasion, Christmas, birthday, something like that. It's not my normal go-to. I don't go to Kickstarter or Amazon and think to myself, what's the most expensive board game out there I can buy? Have you ever looked it up? Do it. Look it up. It's insane, the amount of price of some of these board games. So I'm with you, Shogunstein. I am. I'm with you on this. But it still looks like such an amazing game. It's on my radar, and I do want it. And it's not just a selfish thing. Like I said, I want to showcase it right here, live, anywhere else I can. All right, Shogun. See, thank you for that comment. Oh, you are always good to watch the shows and to make conversation with me and everyone else. I love that. It's great of you. All right, now Anthony has a remark from our midday monologue: 12 stocking stuffer games for my collection. And he says, all of the games that you heightened? No, he said all of the games that I highlighted were excellent choices. But I think your viewers would like to know where you got this magical bottomless bag of stocking of holding. Woo, clever editing is the magic there, my friend. But yeah, if you're coming out of the holidays and you got some holiday money and you're looking for spend it on something that's burning a hole in your pocket and you're a gamer, that's another great video that I put up a month ago. The stocking stuffer games from my collection, some of the 12 best of them, and they're small, pocket size. Practically most of them will fit in your pocket. Quick games to set up, quick games to learn, quick games to play. It's always nice to have a quick game on you handy if you're a real gamer. So thanks a lot for that, Anthony. Good for pointing that out. Fonzie the Capybara. I do like saying your name like that. Fonzie, another great viewer. Anthony, another great viewer. One of the 20-sided warriors. Hopefully we're going to get back together again soon. But Fonzie is also a great viewer. Old timer with the channel here, so to speak. So thank you for always viewing there, buddy. And for our video on Tabletop Takeout Tuesday on Roxen by Plaid Hat Games, Fonzie the Capybara said, I should be watching you, but that hula-ing Hulk in the background of your intro was very distracting. Can you see him from here? No, I think he's over there, so you can't see him. He's like just out of oh no, he's up on top. You can't see him because he's right there. There we go. And he's solar powered. So whenever I turn a light on, he does this little back and forth like hula thing. And you're right, Fonzie, it is very, very distracting. And I actually want to say thank you for pointing that out. I would never have thought anybody would be pointing out things in the background. Very cool. Now, from Midday Monologue that I did on the Forgotten Horrors, we heard from Texas Metalhead 82 XK. And Texas Metalhead has been with us before and for a while. Thank you for continuing to watch this channel and support it. That's very cool. And he said simply, this was awesome. Thank you. I did put a lot of thought into that. I've been doing, as far as holidays go, the only thing I really kind of push around here, I do the Christmas thing for Gaming Radar. But other than that, the only thing I really push around here is Halloween, because that is obviously my favorite holiday, if you couldn't tell. And I like to put up a lot of videos concerning horror games of different genres, And this was something I was kind of testing around with, this idea for a video, and the fact that somebody actually liked it enough to comment on it, especially one of our regular viewers, because I find that the regular viewers hold me a little bit more accountable to putting up something that they're going to enjoy. Right? That's the way it feels to me. All right, having fun with the live thing here. Maybe someone will come on. Texas Metalhead's going on and on. Speaking about coming on, he's going on and on and on, because we got him watching a few videos here. Tabletop Takeout, Alone Against Fear by Ganesha Games. Ganesha Games publishes these games primarily what I know them for, and I think they're one of the biggest things, not saying it is one of the biggest things is For Against Darkness series, which is a small softcover book series of solo option play RPGs, and it works really well. Without a dungeon master, this system does. It works really good. You could DM it, or you could run a DM-less game, but cooperative with your friends instead of just solo. So there's a whole series of these games, and he has some different genres out for it as well. And one of them is Alone, not For, Alone Against Darkness, and it was really fun. I showed the game off. This was a tabletop takeout. He mentions I did get to play the game. I played it here for the channel also, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I'm looking forward to doing it again. But I really like the way these Four Against Darkness books are set up in general. So it's kind of no-brainer going into it. But I did have fun. I'm glad Texas Metalhead had fun watching that tabletop takeout too. It's a really great game. And if you're stuck having to solo things right now, it happens. And you like RPGs and you like horror, it's something, yeah, definitely look into it. I have a lot of fun with it. And he also mentioned on Friday Night Fillers for Desolate, Core Box and Dark Matters Expansion 1. There's an Expansion 2, and then there's blanking on the name right now, but then there is a box expansion that can handle up to 4 players. Normally, Desolate is a 1-player game. And this is by Grey Gnome Games. And for the Friday Night Filler of it, he said, the classic! I need to get this. You know, that's something I really like. I really enjoy when I'm showcasing a game and it brings it to either someone's attention that didn't know about the game and they're like, I'm really interested in getting that game. Or in this case, it reminds someone of a game they're already aware of, but for whatever reasons, life happens and anything else has been put off and they forgot about it momentarily. And then they see one of my videos and boom, you get this response. The classic! I need to get this. Thank you. Texas Metalhead, I'm glad I brought it back up to your attention so you didn't forget about it. All right, some more. We got another 2. I'm still scrolling up here for the playthrough of, the Pixel. This is going back a while ago. This one, wow, Texas Metalhead, you're really catching up, aren't you? Pixie playthrough, more Dungeon Adventure with Alexa. You can use your Alexa to go on adventures. There are games that Alexa can play, and Dungeon Adventure is one of them, and it's a narrative RPG fantasy game. And I had fun with that for a while. It was really kind of very interesting. It caught my attention. Played a bunch of games of it. And he just simply said, Mind Flayer. And, I'll tell you the truth. It's been so long. It's been at least 2 years since I played the game in general, much less that particular one. I'm not sure what he's referencing. Maybe there's a Mind Flayer in the game. Maybe I mentioned Mind Flayer. I can't remember, but it was fun enough that Texas Metalhead had to say something about it. So thank you very much. Also, the Pixie playthrough Dungeon Adventure, the Necromancer Hunt. Well, you're just going through this, aren't you? This is what he says, this one has a great set of classic dungeon monsters. That I do remember. I do remember that it was a little monotonous, but I was having fun with it because it did give me that old school feel, and partially it was because of the monsters. So you're absolutely right. Good catch on that, Texas Metalhead. Woo! Texas Metalhead for a Pixie playthrough. Again, he's just going, you are loving Texas Metalhead, you are loving these Alexa ones, aren't you? Because I think this is the first one, maybe. This is the first one. Party 1 with a big smiley face, sunglasses, cool. Listen, if you're looking for something to do and you can't get together with anyone and you have an Alexa, yeah, check out Dungeon Adventure. I mean, look how much fun Texas Metalhead is having. He's not even playing it at this point yet. He's just watching every damn video I'm doing and loving it. That says a lot, I think. Woo! All right, now Wesley Woodbury made a comment for my midday monologue. Again, the 12 stocking stuffer games from my collection. And he said, great list of games, John. Cool to see Duel of the Dragons still shared and enjoyed. Duel of the Dragons is the first, well, at least if it's not the very, very first, it's the first game by Fundamental Games, Wesley's company, that I had come across. And this was one of the few times, it doesn't happen very often, and I like to give a shout out when it does so everyone knows where I'm coming from. This is one of the few times a publisher actually sent me something to check out and make some videos on. And this is my first time interacting with Fundamental Games. And I really enjoyed the card game. Duel of the Dragons, a very fast, simple 1 or 2 player game. And it has this system of while you're attacking from round to round, you're kind of building out your dragon's card with these attacks growing around the central card that you have, fitting into all these, was it like 3, 8, I don't know, 12, 14 different points, I can't remember, around the card, which at the end of the round, the big strike on both sides, and you add those all up, take away the difference, and that's how much the opponent takes. So it was a really fun game. I still enjoy playing it, and that's why it was on the list. It's a fun game. It's a deck of cards, is all it is, and it'll fit in a stocking stuffer mode kind of thing. So it was perfect. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you watched it, Wes. Very cool. And for Shogunstein again, for What's in the Pixies box, Colossal Games, as says, forget these Wild West games. Come to Arizona and I will take you to the Museum of the West. And we can road trip to Tombstone. I'm not sure if I'm going to be visiting Arizona anytime soon. I know it's not the humidity. There is none there. It's just heat, and heat you're supposedly able to take. Not me so much. I hate heat in any way, shape, or form. With humidity, just makes it worse. But anywhere in the southern states is not usually on my first to-go-to idea list. But if I do ever find myself, for any reason at all, having to be in Arizona, my friend, I will contact you, and we will get together and meet up and game. That's a promise from you to me. Was that from me to you? And Anthony again for the same Colossal Games. What's in the box? As you're well aware, Western Legends is easily in my top 3 favorite games that you own. Now that I got to see all of the goodness in this final expansion, all I can say is, I'm your Huckleberry. Oh, you think so? Yeah, we do need to get that to the table again. You need to play the full version of the game. And it even has a great hardcover rule book with the errata and the compilation of all of the games, the expansions, the big box and small alike, everything in one spot. Plus, we have the regular rule books. So sitting around the table is going to be really handy. We can have like 2 rule books out at once. People can be delving into it, and no wait for the rule book. Awesome. Let's see. Moving on. For the Gaming Radar Christmas Edition, let's Summon Demons. A tongue-in-cheek game by Cryptozoic Entertainment. And Helen had to say, extremely evil game. Comes from the pits of hell. Stay away. Hey, we each got our thing. And your thing is obviously not being able to take a joke. Because that's all this is a purely tongue-in-cheek kind of game. This rhetoric reminds me of the crap I grew up hearing in the 80s about Dungeons and Dragons, about it being evil and satanic and cult forming. No, Helen, it's just a game. So if you give me your address, maybe I can send you a chill pill, and you can take that with a little bit of water, and then relax. Calm down. It's a game. We'll survive. Oh, I like comments like that. Woo! Oh, going too far. Here we go. Little Will! Will, Little Will, another regular. Thank you so much for loving our channel and sharing info about it. Little Will made a comment on our Friday night filler game for Rat Catcher. And this one I used Madam Cage, and I was facing off against a Rat King. And it was the first playthrough of the game, too. It was something I found on Kickstarter. It was specifically made as a one-player game, and everything's going on nowadays, I figured it's always good to have extra one-player games around. And Little Will says, this looks cool. I don't know if he did that with the hands. I'm assuming, because it feels fun and natural. Yes. But he said this looks cool, and it was. I got my ass eaten, I guess, by the rats. They totally overtook me. It was a nightmare. And I was using the rat and the rat catcher that you're supposed to use when you're learning the game the first time. And I think it was 4 turns, and I was kaput. I was rat food. Ooh. Maybe next time I'm going to use Professor Fume and just gas them all. It was cool, Little Will, and I'm glad I backed that game. And we got a few more. Dominic Muka. I'm not sure if I recognize you from around here before. If you have been, I apologize for forgetting. If this is your first time, welcome aboard. And we did a slideshow, Gaming of Glory, a game of knights by Strategos Games. This was a Kickstarter that caught my attention because it is a sort of knight simulation game with the tournament anyway, right? And it's designed by a couple of people that do the reenactments and are historians. So I was like, wow, this really caught my interest. These individuals know what they're talking about. I have friends that do reenactments, so I'm a little familiar with it. And so I looked more into the game, and I loved it, and I backed it, and I finally got it, and I got to play it, and it was tough as hell. I did a few things wrong, but it was a first playthrough, and that's sometimes expected. So Dominic Muka said, thank you for this short video. Greetings from Strategos Games. Not Studios. Strategos Games. So, yeah, it was really fun, and there's going to be more stuff on it. I definitely want to not only get back to the game itself, but I want to showcase it a little more, too, because I think it really is that fun, that cool. It's really based on real historic individuals, and I think that makes it a little bit, I don't know, a little more special or something. Everything about this game is as historically accurate, pretty much as can be for a 21st century board game about the 15th or the 16th century. So it does a pretty good job, in my humble opinion. Thank you guys for putting it out. Let's see. Coming over here, Shogunstein, Gaming Radar Christmas Edition, The Adventures of Robin Hood by Cosmos. And for this, the Shogunstein says, Board Game Bollocks, a great channel, did a very interesting review of this game a few weeks back. I don't know who they are. And I know you sent this 2 weeks ago, but I still got to go check it out. And I'm going to. I want to, because I want to see more information on this game. I presented the information that I knew and how it made me feel, which is why it was on my gaming radar. And I still stand by everything I said, but I haven't gotten more information. So you're right. I'm going to go check out that video. Thank you for bringing it. And Board Game Bollocks to my attention, Shogunstein. Scrolling up a little further. Let's see. A couple of great videos. Nice video. Happy holidays, Shogunstein says. And looks fun. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So this is another one going back. This video is going back a while. This is 2 years, maybe? So for my Pixie playthrough, one of my Pixie playthroughs for Knights of Camelot, which is an old TSR game from the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. I did a bunch of playthroughs for that. And RC website group has been loving it. So one of the comments is oh, maybe this is in order. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I'm just going to read them in the order I see them in. By the way, when you're doing the Knight's Fate, you're supposed to do it by adding the winner's virtual level, not their what was CP again? What was CP? Virtual level and the champion level. This will avoid both of the deaths and the slayings that I occurred that game. And the virtual level is the top number, not the bottom. Anyway, I appreciate the video. And he also said, or she said, or they said, it's a group. I don't know. Oh, and for the brigands, there are chits to randomly choose from. Don't pick them from the knight's deck. The brigands tend to have a lot lower health than the other knights. I do want to get back into that game. So thank you for those points of interest for me to know. And one of the things I'm going to do is when I go back to games that I made mistakes on, is before I go back to the game, I like to check out some of the comments on the played games to see things just like that, so I can make little notes of it while I'm playing and not forget, because it means something to me that you took the time to correct me. And you did it in a nice way. You didn't, you're very polite about correcting me about it. So it's cool. And I want to take what you said to heart. So thank you very much, RC website group. Where are we at here? Big Johnny G's 5 favorite games played in 2021. And a couple of remarks from the Shogunstein. Unbroken is still great. I recently got a game called Backwoods, which has a different theme but similar playing mechanics. If you can find a copy, I think it would be in your wheelhouse. I'm going to look this up. Backwoods. Like the cheap cigars you buy in bodegas? Okay? Backwoods. I'll go check that out. Also, Shogunstein said, what I really like about both editions of Horrified is that they are great games, great productions, great rule books, and, in all caps, he made sure to point out, affordable. They are. And I still got to get American Monsters. That's on my list, hopefully in the next couple of months. I will be getting that. Oh, he did make another comment here for games played in 2021. This year was a bit confusing for picking out my favorite games because I felt sometimes game day became more show and tell. It was just a parade of new games played once and never seen again. As the next week, it's time for the next new game. I'm really going to have to think about what our favorite games were, because there were just so many different types of games. I like that you focus on what you played versus what's just new. Sometimes they overlap. It's going to be overlapping this weekend. Coming up this weekend, Pixie Playthrough, I'm going to be going through the brand new Sentinels of the Multiverse Definitive Edition. That's a brand new game. People are already putting up videos. But I'm not doing this because I want to get a brand new game up on the channel. I'm doing this because I've literally, and you know this, Shogunstein, I've literally been waiting with bated anticipation for this newest copy to see if it's actually been worth my time and money to invest in it. I love the base game. I love the enhanced version. Actually, I never played the first version. The enhanced version, second edition, I absolutely love. I have like everything for it, published by Green Ronin. So I'm really looking forward to this. So it's more than just, hey, it's new, let's get it up so it gets views. This is, hey, get it down the table, play it, and I just film what I play on Saturdays anyway. So it happens sometimes, it does overlap. But yeah, I'm not a shill for these companies. None of these companies pay me to say a goddamn thing. Very few of them have given me copies of the game. We could probably count them on one hand. There's Fundamental Games, there's Fallen Dominion Studios, there's Sentient Cow Games, and Rickoculus. So 4. You got like 4 companies that will send me games if they come out with them in that year or not. And that's it. And I always say that right up front in the video so you know where I'm coming from. Everything else I do because I do it because I want to. That's what this channel is about. Me having fun doing what I want to do when I want to do it. So yeah, this whole cult of the new crap, I'm with you on that, Shogunstein. All that does is show who's in the corporate pocket, who's getting all their stuff for free, who's getting comped at the conventions and everything. How do you trust them? You might like the videos they put up, the way they edit it is nice and slick. It's eye-catching, eye candy. They themselves may have nice personalities. Maybe you've met them at a convention and they come off as a really great person. Who knows? But if they're being paid and given free crap, you can't totally trust them, can you? I try to avoid all that. This is just for fun. For 5 years, going on 6 now, this is what I'm doing, and I'm doing it for fun. You understand that, Shogunstein. We've talked about this. I know you understand that. On the same topic of favorite games played in 2021, Fonzie the Capybara said I was going to comment on my 5... He said it better than that. He said I was going to comment on my 5 favorite new-to-me games, but I don't think I've played 5 new-to-me games this year. It's been a bit of a rough year. But you do go on to list a few of them, and the first one is, you list one. Click read more, and it's just the one. But you list the one, and I'm telling you, I am jealous as the hell of you, because not only do I want this so bad, it's been on my radar for a while, but the sequel also, part 2, is also on my radar that I really want to get, really want to play, really want to showcase here on the channel, and that's the 2 games, Burgle Bros. Burgle Bros and Burgle Bros 2. And you put Burgle Bros as your number 1. And I think, this is what you say here, and I think that's it. Lots of old favorites played, but not many new ones played. Hey, was it really a good year? A lot of new games got so delayed for so long because of the pandemic, and then because of shipping problems, the canal, and then the shortage of people at the warehouses to unload them, the shortage of truckers, the shortage of people on hand, just to repackage them and send them out. Everything is shorthanded, and that's been causing an even bigger backlog of stuff. So we got far less games delivered to us this year than we could have or should have. And that's actually going on 2 years in a row now. So maybe that's the reason why sometimes it doesn't feel like this last year was a great year for games. I don't think it was. Me personally, for my style and games that I enjoy, I didn't even find a lot on Kickstarter that caught my attention. This past year, there's been very few. And so far, the last couple of months and now into the new year, I'm still not seeing a lot. But I'll tell you one thing, in a few days, in like 7-8 days, next Tuesday, I think, Monday or Tuesday, there's one dropping that I have been putting money aside for. I have been saving every dime and nickel I can to make every dollar I can and grow it, because I know that I want to get. And, Shogunstein, we were talking about this earlier in the video. I know I don't do a lot of big things, but this is my big thing for this year. And that's the Marvel Zombies Zombicide game. That Kickstarter is going live next Monday or Tuesday, and I've been saving up money for that left and right. I got some money from some of the Too Good Pixie Zazzle merchandise that I've sold, and I got that put aside, and I got to get this. I got to get it big. It's gotten me totally hypnotized. But no, it hasn't been. In my opinion, I don't think it's been a super great year or 2 even for games. That's my opinion. Maybe someone watching that disagrees with me. If so, put it in the comments. Right? Well, how am I wrong? Has it been a lot compared to 2.5, 3 years ago and before? Because I'm not seeing a lot that catches my attention. So I mentioned it before, Slideshow Gaming for Raxon by Plaid Hat Games. Shogun Scene said, I see Raxon, and I keep thinking it's the old arcade game Zaxxon. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Raxon, Zaxxon. There's been a slew of like old arcade games being turned into video games being turned into board games. Maybe Zaxxon. The Horror Geek. Ooh, the Horror Geek. First time. I don't remember seeing the Horror Geek here before. And again, as I said earlier to someone else, if I'm wrong and I forgot you, I'm sorry. Make some more comments and maybe I'll remember more. But this is your first time. What's up? How you doing? And for Big Johnny G's How to Play Hero Quest 2021 edition, Horror Geek said, I played Hero Quest obsessively back in the day. Just learned about this new version. Great video. Like a trip down memory lane. Excited to hear that there's an app for it too. Maybe not this weekend, maybe next weekend. Maybe tonight if I get really lucky on time, but I doubt that. I do. I haven't played it yet. It's still sitting there. I haven't even played it yet. It's got the app. I know. So I'm hoping the next anytime from between tonight to like next 3 weeks from now that this is going to be hitting the table and you're going to get to see it played yourselves. But thank you for enjoying the video. Thank you so much. I hope you found more videos here on the channel that you enjoy and that you subscribed just to show your support for what we're doing here. Oh, Pixie Playthrough, Die in the Dungeon, Troll of Bones, Chapter 6. That was a hard one. I believe, yes, that is the one. That is the one I finally bought the farm. First 5 chapters, I did great. I was kicking butt. And if you watch my shows, if you watch my playthroughs, you know I don't always do that. But finally, you know, like they say in wrestling, went to the well one too many times. And sure enough, Wesley Woodbury, the creator of the game, was watching, and he said, no! I'm imagining he held his head like that. But he said, no! We'll have to redeem himself in the deity dungeon next chapter. I hope he does. Woo! Because that was a tough one. That really was. That was the Cronin the Barbarian chapter. And I didn't even get up to him. I got my butt kicked so bad. But like I said, I've been doing good in the game up until then, so I don't feel bad. And even when I lose, it's a damn fun game. That's something my dad taught me. You know, winning doesn't necessarily mean fun. Sometimes a win can be pretty damn boring. And if that's the case, the game itself isn't fun. And I totally understand what he always told me and meant, and I take that to heart. I really do. So even to this day, if I lose a game, but it's exciting, who cares if I lost? I had fun. For Midday Monologue, what's up, January? Hobmonger 5, because he's 4 times better than Hobmonger 1, had to say, you don't need more shelves. You need a bigger place, preferably with a good-sized basement. I must admit your video effect editing has become better with each episode. Thank you very much, Hobmonger. That means a lot to me. I don't get as much time practicing techniques with editing as much as I would nearly like to. So the few times I am able to make some improvement or do something a little bit better, and to hear that you bring that up and you say that, wow, that makes me feel good. That does, because I don't make a big deal when I change things, and it happens infrequently because it takes me time to figure out how to do something new. Thanks a lot, Hobmonger. And thanks for watching and subscribing. Very, very cool. Wesley Woodbury again for my... this is for Big John G's 5 favorite 2021 Kickstarters. Not games played in 2021. My 5 favorite Kickstarters of 2021. And Wesley Woodbury from Fundamental Games said, nice collection in your top 5. Classic IP to mini notepad to original superhero and Western lore. Very cool. Great to see Die in the Dungeon appear here. Thanks for it. Thanks for the star. Thanks for the, and then a little happy face with the stars on it. You know, it is a good game and it deserves to be on that list. If it wasn't a good game, do you think I would have been spending this much time playing it? First of all. Second of all, dedicating all that playing time here on the channel when I have one or two other games that I could probably grab. That, I think, says a lot. Look at all this. I could be playing any of these games. There's some of them I want to play. There's most of them I'd like to play. And there's a few up here, I know that there are individuals that are like, John, would you finally get that off the shelf? I want to see it play it. I want to see you play it. Like this one. It is all happening. But my point is, when you see someone like me with this huge collection who's doing this for one purpose and one purpose only, to have fun, and I keep playing the same game over, what does that tell you? I am having so much fun with Die in the Dungeon. Go, check this game out. Check out my videos. I don't care. Check out other people's videos. As long as you are getting more informed on these games that I love so much. That's what matters to me. Go get more information on this. Maybe you'll like it too. Bearded Wonder, nice. Top 5. Totally agree with number 1. Such a great game along with The Legend of Novus. Hours of fun. Good job. Again, for 2021 Kickstarters. And it is, look at this. So now a shout out, Legend of Novus. Great shout out here for that game also, which is another fundamental game, which can be solo. Now, Die in the Dungeon is primarily made as a solo game, but you can play 2 players with it easily, not a problem. If you have 2 copies of the game, you can even play 4 players allegedly. I don't have 2 copies of the game, and I don't currently have another 3 people. I can get my fingers working. I don't currently have another 3 people to get at the table yet to even try that. But you can, is the point. Legend of Novus, similar. You can play that solo. You can play it cooperative. You can play it competitive. And you're going to have a fun game, a fun fantasy setting. Yes, a grand adventure. Isn't that what we all really want when we play a game? Shogun Steen, also for that same list, said, thank you for introducing me to the Phantom the card game. Like I said before, I really love hearing comments like this where someone says that they didn't know about a game or they knew it but they forgot about a game and thanking me for bringing it to their attention. That makes it feel more worthwhile, I think. And it is a good game. I got to get back to that bonus level, I call it, but it's the expansion. Someone beat the expansion on that. Shogun Steen, again for 2021 Kickstarters, Big John G's 5 favorite, said one of the many great things about your channel is that you play these games multiple times. Too many channels, they show off the nice, shiny new game and then get into the next one and the next one after that and the next one. Your channel shows the depth of these games and how you can play them multiple ways and multiple times. This is a channel where you learn a game versus just show and tell. Because I think at least one of the reasons why what you said is what you said is because I am not I'm an informer. I'm not an influencer. You know, all influencers do are spew what they are supposed to spew. That's it. They get paid to do this. They get comp to do this. They get free swag to do this. So they do what they're told to do when somebody yanks on their leash. Not here. Not here. As far as I can tell, I'm pretty much the only channel that doesn't give an F about the publishers, about sponsors, about monetization. And I'm only doing this for fun because I want to, because this is fun. Oh my God, it's fun. And once you put in all that other crap that I just, crapped on into your system, it's not fun anymore. And you're not doing it for the same reason. Now you're doing it for the scratch. because that's become an important part of your life. And as long as I keep the scratch away from here, then I don't got to worry about it. And it doesn't become a factor. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing this. Thank you for that great comment and observation, Shogunstein. Let's see, Little Will. Ooh, Little Will's back. Love having you around the channel, buddy. So for a slideshow, Gaming of Assault of the Giants by Fantasy Flight Games. Little Will said, fantastic looking minis. My God, they are. And being giants, they are more or less pretty much size appropriate to each other, and hook, line, and sinker, the three humans that are chasing these big giants around to try to kill them. Well, they're all having their own independent war for dominance over the giantdom, as well as their own personal agendas. Oh, crazy. And it looks beautiful. Wow, what a gorgeous piece of eye candy the game is. And a fun one, too. So we're already 45 minutes in. It's about 1:45. I'm going to end this here. I had a great time doing this live. Next time, maybe I'll give it a little bit more advance notice, and we can get some live questions and comments in, and that would just take it to another level. But thank you all for joining me. And in about 10-15 minutes, don't forget the regularly scheduled Midday Monologue Monday, which today is What's New 22, where I'm going to be going in depth and talking to you about the games that you're going to be expected to see here on Two Gun Pixie. Most of them already filmed. Most of them that aren't filmed already here. I've got enough games easily to cover us for another 12 to 14 months plus. I do. And so I know what's happening. I know what's going on for the entire year on this channel, more or less, which is something no other gaming channel can say. I'm also the only one that drops a weekly schedule because no one else can do that either. But yeah, you're going to get to hear and see a whole bunch of stuff that's going to blow your mind that we got coming to the channel this coming year. And that's and that episode, that pre-edited, filmed and edited episode is going to be up in about 12 and a half minutes. Thank you all for joining me here for the questions, the viewer comments. I always have a lot of fun with this. Please keep them coming. I'm your buddy Big John and G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming, and I am out of here. See you in a few minutes.